Glow, don't care if your hair is straight or curly in the fro or cover low. Goddess locks locking your greatness, growing, glowing, but you know you got it, sis.
We are here on the episode 2. We have season 1, of course, on Reflections with VAL. Here we have Iratespecialist in the building.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
So for people who don't know, let them know what you do for right now. What's going on?
All right, yeah. My name is Iratespecialist. I am an artist, local artist from New Jersey, West Orange, Newark, you know. So I'm just out here. I rap about just like my life, and I also, you know, like to talk to local artists as well, because I also do journalism on the side. So, you know, I'm just out here trying to make good music and spread good music around. You know
that's a beautiful thing. So you're trying to basically make sure that everybody can hear a story and relate to it some way, somehow.
Especially in Jersey, like, there's so many amazing artists out here, for real. Like,
shout out to Jersey artists.
For real. It's talented people out here. So, you know, I just got to spread the music around, you know?
Yeah, I mean, last open mic that we went to, I think it was the ASA one. Yeah. And that one was good. That was in Jersey City. A lot of good vibes, and everyone there was very positive, very about self.
I love ASA events. Shout out ASA, because their events always be the right vibe. Like, I'm telling you, every single time. And then,
I love how there was like some humming involved. I was like, go ahead. She's like, can I get a hmm? And everybody in the crowd was like, hmm. I was like, okay, ASA. Like, I was like, okay. I felt a part of it. Like, it wasn't like, this is the audience and I am the performer. It was very like, let me include the crowd. And I like that a lot. It was, we are a team. But yes, Jersey artists, I've heard we're very diverse.
Yeah.
We're not like,
that's very true also.
State, like states, you could tell that they're all coming from that state. But with us, it's kind of like, you don't know what angle the artist is going to come at.
I feel like, cause like, you know, we're so close to the home of like hip hop, like as in New York. So like, but that style doesn't just influence us right now, because, you know, we're a technological generation. We have decades of previous music to call on, and like the internet connects us to all different types of music coming out currently as well.
Right.
So like, with all those different people to inspire us, like, you know, you don't know what type of necessary vibe you're gonna necessarily get, but like, still, I feel like, you know, there is a Jersey sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we do have people just like, you know, wanting to do good and talking about like not just bullshit, like, you know,
right,
but like how to actually, you know, become something in this world, you know.
So it's more than just the craft. It's more of like building a name for yourself as well. A platform, a foundation, kind of like they
brand.
So that's what's up. So let's talk about how this all started, right? Everybody has a story and how they fell in love with music to begin with. So I wanted to know your story and that first time. Like, how old were you when you had that first encounter? Like, and what incident did it take you to?
Man. That's an interesting question. Let's see.
It's always interesting, right?
Yeah, there's like one in particular that like I always really think of, and that's I saw Childish Gambino in concert when he right after he dropped like Because the Internet.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of my favorite albums ever to this day. Like, you know.
It's a video album.
And fucking yeah.
So I was looking at him like, okay, Childish.
Yeah. Son, shout out Childish Gambino, because that's like amazing. He's amazing. And so like the funny part about the concert was my boy got the tickets from his girlfriend, and like he knew that I was such a big Childish Gambino fan, so he was like, yo, let's go to this concert. Yeah. But his girl like intended for them to go together low key.
Oh wow.
So, you know, but
so
like,
he took the ticket and then took her to what was supposed to be her ticket to you. Give it to you. Oh man.
You know, but yeah.
Did she pay for it?
Huh?
Did she pay for it too, or?
Yeah.
Oh dang! I would So like, I would have been like, oh, I thought this was for us. They were taking your best friend. But okay, so you went, and what happened?
It changed my life. Like the way that he set up the show, and like you were saying before, like it felt intimate. It felt like a very like, I'm not just in the crowd watching you perform, I'm a part of the show as well.
Yeah.
Cause like he had like a board that like you could sign on to. He had an app that dropped with the tour. Mm-hmm. So like you would go on the app and you could like post stuff on the board, on the screen behind it, like while we were waiting for him to come out. And then like after he came out and shit, he was like involving people in the crowd. Like there was a couch on stage. He had people come up onto the couch. And then like there's a part of the album where he's just like, yo, get the fuck up out of my house. So like the niggas on the couch had to get the fuck up, you know? So like it was a really like, you know, amazing experience for me. So, and then like I already loved his music. So,
right. So how old were you then?
That was in like 20, I want to say like 2012, 2013. Like 2013. Yeah, I don't even.
No, but like remember. Like so that was your first time having that encounter with music for sure. Yeah. Oh wow, so you kind of came late into the music music game, or you?
No, like I have been writing stuff like that like for like a minute. Like I was just always. When I was younger, I would just like write to just like get thoughts out, you know, like it wasn't really about like rapping or whatever or music, you know.
It was just
writing, yeah. But
so you're more of a journalist first?
No. Like I love music. Like I saw it like looking back, I see it for what it was. It was like, you know, the beginning, you know. It wasn't I definitely love to write like, but that the writing journalism side like translates into the music, because like, you know, it's just like encouraging me to like, you know, listen to more stuff and find more inspiration here and there, you know.
Yeah.
But
for me like my first encounter with music was when I was 5 years old, and I can kid you, I can remember why, and I know it's so like silly, the song, but it was Ricky Martin, and it was Un, dos, tres. Ale, ale, ale. And I think the reason why it was is because like the song or the major or whatever. But I remember being such a little girl in Puerto Rico because I was raised there, and just being in the campos and just always having that, you know, yeah, ale, 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 like just always just going that. So I don't know. I think it was the way that the drums were in that whole entire song. I think his voice, I think anything, well, like, I just feel like that sound just captured me. And that was my first encounter with music from what I can recall. It's kind of like, I didn't explain it. I was just out doing about playing my thing. And then I heard something, and then it just turned to me, and then that was it. Then after that, I kind of like, you know, I even, in when I came here in the United States, then it was Christina Aguilera and Selena.
Okay.
So like, those were like the two inspirations of mine at the beginning, and then I heard Michael Jackson. Forget about it.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Cause Childish Gambino, like, he inspired me to rap. That's what I was trying to say. But my first like real vivid experience with music, when like I really connected to music for the first time, was when I was 10 years old, and my mom got me the Michael Jackson Invincible album on CD, and yeah, so fucking I listened to that shit like for days, cause like, you know, you would just put the CD in and just let it play, like, you know what I'm saying. And then like Butterflies, that track on that album, like that's one of my favorite tracks ever. Like,
say that.
Yeah, son, that track is so. Yeah, inside the night. Like son, that shit is just a banger. Like, I mean, nobody could tell me different. But yeah, like that was like the first time like I really connected with music. Like,
what was it about the song that kind of
it just like the melody and like the whole sound that he created on there? I don't know, it resonated with me.
It just kind of just called you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey.
Like I like that like soft like melodic type of like, and he was really like wilding out like hitting high notes and shit on that. Like he really like
effortlessly too. You're
yeah,
just like, dang man.
he really caught a vibe on that track, and like I just loved like the musicality of it. You know what I'm saying? I was always an R&B fan because like that's what I used to grow up listening to like on the radio and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, with life and everything, did you end up doing music and writing and everything all through high school and even taking that to college?
Yeah. Like, in high school, that's when I really started writing, because it would be me and my boy. We would like go back to his crib because he had like kind of like a home studio in his crib.
Yeah.
So like we would record up there sometimes. It wasn't anything like, fancy or anything, but like, we would record, make music up there sometimes. And like we would just be writing or freestyling for fun too, like it wasn't about like, okay, I want to do this,
Yes.
So
it was more of like, let's get together, let's play this beat, and let's see what we could do. But let's have fun with it. But it wasn't serious.
Mm-hmm. Until like my senior year of high school, like I dropped like my first ever like mini EP. Like, I mean, it's pretty decent. I'm not gonna completely trash it, but like it's not, it's the first one. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was like the first EP that I like ever actually dropped. And then through college, like I took like freshman and sophomore year, I dropped like a couple singles. And then like I was really taking that time to like write and stuff like that, work on writing and stuff like that. And then like now I'm trying to get, my name more out there.
So in the process in between these times, what were you going through to help you write all these work
a lot
pieces
of
of
stuff.
art? So okay, so let's go to one of your pieces, right? Let's go to one of your pieces of art. Okay.
Okay.
What was one of your favorite songs that you wrote in that process in any time? Like it could have been any situation. And why did you write it?
Anytime. One of my favorite tracks that I've written anytime is what's it called? UATM, because this title stands for Untitled at the Moment.
UATM.
Yeah.
Untitled at the moment. I like that.
Yeah, so like technically it's still untitled, but it has a title. But it was just like the first time that like I really caught like a flow that like I felt like, my idols and people that I looked up to kind of like had, you know what I'm saying? So, cause like it just like, and in that I was like, oh shit, like I can actually do this shit, again, like it reinforced that again. So definitely that song. It
made you feel like you were capable of reaching a level where you saw or
like reaching like a higher level in the music game.
Okay. So that was like your next step right there. You feel like that song was definitely like a step.
Yeah, because after that song, I started performing and stuff like that, like going to open mics and stuff like that more. So
that song was about leveling up and like, I'm here, watch out.
Yeah.
Keeping that energy. Okay. What's another one that you wrote about specifically?
All right, let's see. Let's take it back.
Give us a little lyric of one of your times. Like, for example, one time I wrote about my situation with this guy that I really liked, and I didn't understand why, he was acting funny towards the middle, like a lot of people do during dates nowadays when you date and whatever. So I basically wrote a song about like, like, why are you acting different? Because the other day, you really weren't, or, but then again, this switches up the next day. So I guess it's not worth it. I guess I'm better than this, I'm rising above it. So in a sense, that's what I hope that my audience captured from that song. If anybody, when I do record it, which will happen, I hope that they
As
do
you
get
should.
that. Yeah. Yeah, just like I'm gonna hold you to that. It's true. Like it's a doo-wop kind of song. I love it. It's like a like Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
All right, let me see.
There you go. But yeah, like if you want to show us any song.
All right. If we're talking about. All right, so like, I kind of reminded me of this song called "Conversation" that I have. Yeah, and it was just like, you and your feelings. Like, let me make a track about a shorty type of. But like, so hold up, I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, do that. I was gonna be like, yeah, do that.
oh shit.
I'm just looking for some conversation. Maybe we could talk about these warring nations. Or we could discuss why you stopped eating bacon. I'm just saying, I'm looking for some conversation. See, with boredom I am well acquainted. Mr. Lonely, it's just me and Ricky Shoney's. Sick of all these bitches trying to switch up on me. And I must admit, I really miss the homies. So a simple conversation I'm proposing. A few minutes alone will be apropos. Question conflicts all across the globe, or just here at home, I don't know. But I hear the situation is serious. DJ T just delirious. Hurricanes bringing so much rain, they flood fields full of sugar cane. These are types of topics rolling around my brain, and I'm sure you can relate. So maybe you'd like to conversate. Deep questions we could contemplate. Journalistic mindset, girl, let me investigate. Do you like anatomy? Come relax with me. We have a lot in common actually. Just put the weed in the piece and just speak. I'm just looking for some conversation. Maybe we could talk about these warring nations. Or we could discuss why you stopped eating bacon. I'm just saying, I'm looking for some conversation. Baby, won't you talk with me? Why you always wanna play games? I just wanna roll a J so we could chill and levitate. See, baby, there's a better way to see the sunshine through the rain. You could just be my Beyonce, no need to sip that lemonade. If they wanna hate, then let them. It's just a symptom of their jealousy when you see them. Just don't speak, cause you a better bitch than Cardi B. And they look like soggy doggy treats they mama bought at a Dollar Tree after Harvey. So follow me to Jolly Bee. I feed on conversation to feel complete. It gives me sustenance like meals we eat. Shifting states cause suffering's still so close to me. Girl, don't you go ghost on me. A little loving's all we really need. If you come with me, you could be my queen. And together we could find a way to chase our fucking dreams. Baby, come relax with me. We have a lot in common actually. Just put the weed in the piece and just speak. I'm just looking for some conversation. Maybe we could talk about these war.
Yeah, so like, I was just like about like just looking for some conversation. Like,
It was about
I'm trying to just vibe with a shorty, find a shorty who I could vibe with, talk about like some real stuff, and like still like have a good time, be intimate.
Yeah, that person wasn't trying to do that. That
Nah.
person was just playing games.
Nah, she was not.
Yeah, it's crazy that even transpires after a lead on or a let on.
I feel like it's just because like we've been trained to like dull our emotions and stuff like that. You know, people aren't really supposed to feel anymore, you know, or that's what people want us to believe, I should say.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like, you know, we're human. So, you know, emotions are a part of that, you know.
Yeah, they're definitely a part of that. I feel like it has everything to do a part of weakness. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking of that, I wanted to say that was going to be the topic that I wanted to talk today, is that what truly defines weakness in our lives, in a sense, like what makes a man or a woman weak towards one another or each other.
Like weak in what sense? Like weak in
character and what they carry, what they bring. What
I feel like it's self-doubt. You know, that's where it all stems from. Like, cause I still struggle with that sometimes too. You know, like just doubting myself, but that's from like just I believe that we are also like gods. Like, you know, we're spirits having a human experience. Like we're literally made from the stars. So like we can achieve anything as long as we put our mind into it, you know, our mind and our energy towards it. But it's just that the world that we live in isn't an environment that's like created to cultivate that type of mindset.
It's true. It's created to cultivate that mindset and to have us go.
It's to have like fear, you know,
fear, doubt, confusion.
Exactly.
I mean, I searched up the definition of weakness, and that's pretty much like what it basically stated was, you know, state of lacking strength, one, and then in the Urban Dictionary, which, you know, I had to search, of course, and then it said to be stupid, lame, cowardly, bore, and in any urban language, you know, just being a loser. So I feel like weakness to me could be male or female, us not standing up for ourselves. You know, because maybe we don't know, like we stated, maybe we're confused that this is what this is for us, or this is who we are. So I feel like when a person doesn't have that, then that shows a little loss of character, which therefore shows a sense of weakness.
Yeah, but you know, it's also like you also have to remember duality. There's strength and there's weakness. So one can't exist without the other. So weakness is a part of life, you know. Like at times you're gonna be weak. Like I was saying before, like I had to bury my karate grandmaster yesterday. So, and like just at his funeral I was reflecting on like all the traits and discipline that he like instilled in me in the dojo, and I was just like, you know,
oh wow, I'm sorry to
like hear that. Yeah, thank you.
No,
but
okay.
I was, you know, I felt like weak, but like thinking about those memories and those lessons that I've learned also brought me strength. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you
know, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Yeah, I can see that a lot.
But like that's what I feel like. That's going back to like self-doubt. You know, like when people don't know themselves, then, you know, they'll be more susceptible to, you know, influences that can make them weak as well, you know. Do
you think self-doubt as an artist kind of brings more concern into more of the image factor than the art?
Yeah, definitely, because like that's something that I struggle with, like, you know, sometimes every now and then, because like the mainstream is like one way, and I know that I'm not that, but like I'm just trying to, like, I struggle with trying to like still appeal to that market, but also try and be myself at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you are who you are. You're not trying to be or imitate another artist.
Exactly.
You're an irate specialist.
You know, so, the one and only.
I got you. There's nothing wrong with that. So, I mean, I did a little research, and I also saw that that you blog. So let's talk to us about that. I saw that you have the #1 Spotify or top Spotify playlist up there.
That's all shout outs to Natalie Federal. If you don't know her, go check her out. I blog for It's the Fresh Finds on Instagram. That's our @It's the Fresh Finds. and we do have the #1 Spotify playlist in Jersey.
So it's a team.
Well, like she created it, and then I started writing for her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so sorry, gotta drink water.
No, it's important.
Stay hydrated. But yeah. So yeah, and sometimes I pick tracks for the playlist as well. But yeah, and but it's mostly like her baby. So I gotta really shout out to her. But I do like do articles and stuff like that.
I like it a lot because you guys shared a couple of artists on there.
Yeah. That's what I was speaking about earlier, spreading good music around, That's why I really like that opportunity that she gave me. And, just bringing more attention to Jersey artists that deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there's a couple on there that I didn't even know were out there. Yeah. So I think that's a good platform and page to definitely spread music. And that's beautiful. So you just took over when?
No, I didn't really take over. I just started writing for her over the summer. Okay. Like last summer. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you just write on the page and everything? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. And then you also have a couple out. Like I saw a couple songs that you have out. You have a single called Haze, right?
Well, it's a part of like a 3-part EP called Is, that stands for I Smoke. But yeah, it's gas, haze, and smoking and writing on there. Yeah, I dropped that on 420 last year, just like cause
just cause you wanted to. Okay.
420.
No, I saw the other album now, the other one with the green in the back.
Understand Me. Yeah, that's my most recent project. I just dropped that in on 11/11 last year, actually November 11th.
And there's a song on there that I kind of want to play that I really liked a lot. Okay. And I think you probably already know which one it is, but let me see if I could. Yeah.
My phone was over here the whole time.
Thanks. So, Understand Me, yes. And then the me, the M and the E are capitalized. But this one,
it stands for.
It stands for who?
Yeah, it stands for My Experience.
Okay. And that was the concept of the album? Mm-hmm. My Experience. I like that. Let's see if it plays.
Yeah. A lot of people like this one.
What? No way. You got it, sis. You got it. You got it, sis. You got it. You got it, sis. You got it. Yeah. Enough said. Oh, come on. So sorry about this, guys. Do you have? Oh no.
Music makes me wanna move. Her cocoa puffs, I went cuckoo for a tender touch. Just felt so true. Just a cocoa love of a couple. Used to pretend to love, or was it true? Or was my soul so bruised that in the end I hurt you too? I don't know, but there's one thing that I am sure of though. Black girl magic is my magnet. Love that melanated glow. Don't care if your hair is straight or curly in the fro or cover it low. God is locking your greatness, growing, glowing, but you know you got it. You got it, sis.
Yeah. Diane Johnson killed the hook.
She did. I was like, okay.
For real. Shout out at Thick Chicks Do It Too on IG. She's fire.
This is a fire song. I literally love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. What were your thoughts running through that song? Like, what was your
like there? I was okay. So I gotta break down like that whole section because like the way that I constructed the album is like where I was, where I am, and like where I see myself going. And that was a part of like the present section, and in there I like spoke about like just like in the first song Paradigm, I spoke about just like, you know, things that are going on, and like I was really trying to tell people that you're connected to all this amazing energy, so you can be anything that you want as long as you work
Set
for
your
it,
mind to
you
it.
know. And then BFG and goddesses, that represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because like, you know, I was saying before, duality, there's always, if there's like masculine, you have to have the feminine. It has to be a balance in everything. That's what the universe is built off of, balance and harmony and stuff like that.
Do you know, is that what you do? You practice more of the universe, or?
Yeah, like, you know, I'm trying to get more into that. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, I've become a lot more spiritual in the past year, just because of like experiences in my life, and like I try to express that out to the world as well, because I know that spreading those types of ideas also makes the world a better place at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's why I did it like that, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine. And then specifically for goddesses, I was like, it's low key about like this girl and one of my exes, and you know, we I was looking back at our relationship, and I realized like I made a lot of mistakes because I was still trying to figure out how to learn to love myself. So like, you know,
Yeah, but that's the crazy part. Like, guys always realize it so late. Like, how long did it take you till probably like what, 2 months that she dated you for you to realize that?
No, we were actually like going out at the time, and like I really thought that
He's like, no, actually,
like I really had real feelings for her, so that's why it was like difficult for me. But like, you know, after we broke up and shit, I like understood that from like a different level, like, you know, because I really just needed the space to understand me, like figure out who I was. You know, I was getting into relationships, you know, for like the wrong reasons, you know.
Yeah.
Not to, you know, so that song is a reflection of like that period in time. And then guess shout out again Diane Johnson on the hook, like
you got it.
Yeah. For real,
she got it. Okay,
she got it. And then the like little spoken word that she did at the end too.
Yes,
so fire.
That.
Yeah.
I love me that.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody does a little Floetry vibes, a little poem, I'm like, man.
It was just like it was a spur of the moment. She was in the booth, just like started saying something, so I was like, yo, get this. I told my DJ Denz the Rooster, he hit record on the fucking on the panel, and the rest is history. So, you know.
Aw, so that's a beautiful song. Yeah, I like that. So, I mean, that's great. So, I mean, besides all those two things and all those great things, is there anything that music helped you pick up in a lot of ways in life, that it influenced you in a lot of positive ways, right?
Yeah.
Just not on just only you creating music, but just also like on you listening to music or having that experience. Like, would you have, you know, any areas or moments in your life where that has happened? Like what? Where music has impacted you, has touched you in a positive way. In a positive way. Like you used it to get out of your situations of real life. Like, you know, I mean, gospel music tends to do a lot of that. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I mentioned that before. Yeah. In with Lord Trill, you know, shout out to Lord Trill. And I told him that whenever I went to anything or through anything, I would always listen to some Kirk Franklin, because those lyrics, you know, just helped me get out of all of those circumstances or situations and made me think, okay, it's not that bad. Like, there's a song when you're battling insecurities. You know, one song that I recommend for someone that has helped me in a positive way is Jessie J, Who You Are. You know, don't lose who you are. You know, in the blur of the, you know, it's like, you know, seeing is believing.
Yeah.
It's okay not to be okay. Like those lyrics and those words always kind of can pick up this person in a situation as opposed to letting them stay there, you know? So what are those songs for you in your life?
Son, it's like, because I mostly listen to music to feel. So like, just like, but there's like, you could say Pink Toes on Because the Internet. That's definitely a feel good song. Like, it's just, it feels like a summer upbeat type of vibe. So, you know, that's one song that I would definitely suggest to go to if you were like feeling down. Also,
Good.
let me see. Partners in Crime. PIC by Call Me Misfit off of his album Loverboy. That song is a fucking fire ass song. Like that's like more of a couple song, but like, you know, he like really caught a dope ass vibe on there. So like you be like, I don't know, whenever I listen to the song personally, I just be bumping. I just be vibing because like it's like a feel good type of song, like, you know. So definitely that song too. Let me think about.
That reminds me of the Anderson.Paak, Am I Wrong? That song puts me in that mood. Like I'm just walking down in the city, rush hour, you know. Don't talk to me. Oh my god.
Let me see other positive songs. Be Yourself by Samad Savage. Oh my gosh, that song is so fire.
Quote a lyric on that.
Let's see. I was switching. I'm trying to find like one that's like actually relevant. I can't say the exact lyrics because I don't want to fuck him up, but he told a story about like this bully that like he used to encounter, and like how the bully went from like slapping his mixtape out his hand to hitting him up for a feature. So like, so like it's that type of, you know, like look at where I was and then look at where I am now. So like, and then when I hear songs like that, I see like if they can do it, then I can do it too. You know, because I always have that type of mentality, which it's we're all human, so we all should have that type of mentality.
Right.
So, you know, songs. Those are some songs off the top.
Yeah,
that
of
I
course.
could think of.
Okay, so that's a song. I mean, is there and is there anything that you have upcoming that you're working on, or you're kind of just for this year? Like you're kind of, what are your thoughts and your plans?
I'm gonna be dropping a track, late January, probably the last week of January. Just like, cause it's my birthday month, I want to drop a track. You know, I got something that I'm gonna drop, but I'm actually like going through like a process right now where I'm gonna be moving to China to teach kids English.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So music isn't really like, I don't really have like the funds and time to go and like record all the time as I want right now, but like once I get over there, I'm gonna focus back into that mode, you know, because I already have like a plan set out for my time there. So
yeah, that's awesome, and hopefully you'll get more experiences and influences on music.
Exactly.
And you'll just incorporate that in your music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That sounds so exciting. Are you excited?
I am
really
so excited. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, like you were saying, like
it's
I'm
gonna
a
be
person.
A whole other experience.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a person who I like to challenge myself. You know, like I like to, you know, try to become better, and I know that challenge really comes through like pain and change. You know, so
yes.
So like, you know, I see this as like the opportunity for me to challenge myself, go through like the pain of not really knowing what the fuck is going on. I don't know anyone there for the most part. Like I met a couple people who like I could hit up if I'm there, but like I'm going to challenge myself to grow, you know, that in this environment and rise to the occasion of who I need to be out there.
And I think that's beautiful, because not a lot of people do that nowadays. They challenge themselves to grow. A lot of us, especially, the millennial generation, we like to not face those challenges because it's not easy. It's not instant. It's not an our gratification or not our time. So the fact that you're willing to face that and grow at the same time, hey, I try to do the same thing, with self-awareness and, mindfulness. Yeah. I think it's very important, because mental awareness is something that a lot of people just lack and overshadow and see. And I think music and art and all of that and poetry and writing has a lot of outlet in that. Yeah. It
that's
really does.
Yeah, that's why, like, songs that connect to you, songs that hit, is because they pen something that you feel, like, what I'm saying. So that's what I always try to do with my music, pen something from my heart.
I have moments at work where I'll listen to a song and it just, I get that feeling, and then it just goosebumps all over me, and I'm like, whoa, like, how did it get there? And that's how you know that song was meant for you, for that situation, or for whatever you were going through. And that's the beauty of it. So, I hope that as artists, we continue growing and we continue to inspire and help others and heal others in any way we could, whether through words, whether through our experiences. And, I just want to thank Irate for coming tonight and today, for
Thank you.
Sharing
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Before we head out, is there anything you want to advise a fellow artist out there that may be going through a time like that, or confusion of battling?
Well,
anything of that nature.
It always goes back to just, understanding how powerful you really are. Like, we really can do anything. Like, just look at history. Like, people, besides all the bad shit that's happened, look at where we are technologically. Look at what people have invented over the years. Like, they didn't come out the womb with that knowledge. They had to start somewhere and then grow and then learn and then do some other shit, fail a couple times, so it's always a process. I see, like, music as like a process. Like, my goal isn't necessarily to become famous, it's to go through the process of becoming famous, like, because that's where I'll learn the most and grow the most. And, like, even if I don't get to, like, a level of, like, Drake's level, like, I'll still have impacted the world in my way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if you don't think your voice is that powerful, it is at the end of the day. Like, your thoughts
that touched me.
your thoughts even betray you at sometimes, but, like, you have the power to do anything. If you have a will and a mind, you can do it. So
wow, that's powerful. Thank you for that. Thank you for wearing this awesome sweater, by the way. We both got awesome sweaters today.
For real.
All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in and listening to Reflections with Val. See you guys again for another awesome episode. Catch us on Instagram Live, YouTube, and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, check me out, Iratespecialist, Irate_specialist on Instagram, and you can listen to my music streaming everywhere and also on SoundCloud. All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye.
But I did not deserve you. In the end was proof. God is ooh, God is ooh.